Now, remember, Babylon was the most sinful nation ever. Right? God hated Babylon. God completely hated Babylon. God made Babylon an example. Hey, God said that Babylon will be in ruins. And where is Babylon today? Right? Where is Babylon today? Where can you find a super nation today? What did God say? God said it will be in ruins. All right? So guess where you can find it? In modern day Iraq, in ruins. You can YouTube this. You can Google this. You will find it. You will find Babylon in ruins. This was a super, super powerful nation. So remember, Babylon is hated by God. And these are examples of why. They had a huge image. Hey, it was about them. It was about enforcing their power. It was about showing how great are we. It was very, very prideful. Extremely prideful. God hated it. All right, so let's go. Let's see. All right, 6. And whoever does not fall down and worship shall be cast immediately into the midst of a burning, fiery furnace. So everybody's to fall and worship this idol, or else you will be put in a furnace, in a fire. You will burn to death. Now, this was a setup pretty much for Daniel, right? For anybody who practiced any other religion, any other god, anything, this was a set like, hey, you can practice God, but just make sure you worship to this statue. Now, God tells us not to worship to a statue. So that is against our religion, our faith. It is completely against it. All right. So let's see how Daniel goes about this. So at the time when all the people heard the sound of the horn, flute, harp, lyre, and symphony with all kinds of music, all the people, nations, and languages fell down and worshipped the gold image which King Nebuchadnezzar had set up. 8. Therefore at the time certain Chaldeans came forward and accused the Jews. They're accusing the Jews of not worshiping. Like, hey, they're not praying to this idol. It's against the law. It's against the law. Like, hey, you are to worship this idol as commanded. Right? But these Jews are holding it up. They're like, no, we're going to do what God said. God said, do not worship any idols, anything. All right, all the way from Exodus with Moses, the second book of the Bible. All right, God tells us, do not worship anything else. They spoke and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. You, O king, have made a decree that everyone who hears the sound of the horn, flute, harp, lyre, psaltery, symphony with all kind of music shall fall down and worship the gold image. 11. And whoever does not fall down and worship shall be cast into the midst of burning fiery furnace. So they're telling on the Jews, like, hey, you said that they're going to go in a furnace if they don't worship this. Like, hey, they're not doing it. Pointing at Daniel, pointing at his friends. They're not doing it. Like, throw them into the furnace. They're just hating on. Like, they just wanted them gone. Daniel had so much favor. Hey, let's get rid of Daniel. All right. There are certain Jews whom you have set over the affairs of the province of Babylon. So there you go. They don't like that they have the affairs of the province of Babylon, which Daniel earned from giving him the dream. So they're trying to put him away. They're jealous. They're trying to put Daniel away. Affairs of province Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. These men, O king, have not paid due regard to you. They do not serve your God or worship the gold image which you have set up. Then Nebuchadnezzar, the rage of fury, gave the command to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spoke, saying to them, Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, that you do not serve my gods or worship the gold image which I have set up? The king is telling them, is it true that you're not worshiping my gods and this statue?